Usually. Y'all scared me because y'all were kind of late coming in. I didn't think I was going to have any students. I'd get on Zoom and say, do the color activity, and then I'd get off Zoom, and that'd be the end of my day. And then I just have to wait till all 3 people are on Zoom. Wow, they all entered at the same time. That's kind of creepy. I know. I thought no one was logging in. I was like, well, geez, everybody's not here because I didn't even get an email that anyone's waiting in Zoom. So basically, I would probably beef it up a little bit more now that people are here. But if no one was going to be here, it's going to be cut and dry. Uh, probably Friday, and then they would take it apart. And then 2 weeks from then, you'll put that together. It's fine. Oh, the party is joined. That's already some other people in Zoom.
Good morning, dear college students and staff. Will you please stand for a morning pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. And now for your morning announcements. FBLA is conducting a uniform drive. We are taking any school-approved clothing that is still in good condition. This will help people in our community and help you clean out your closet. Bring clothes to Mr. Haddock in room 212. Also remember to sign up for FBLA if you have not done so.
Good morning, teachers.
I'm literally the
students.
only
The
announcement.
green recycle
I'm the
bins
only
that you see in the
support.
hallway now, those are to put recyclables in. We still don't mind you putting your recyclables in your room, in those recycle bins that you have there. But if you do have those get full, from time to time, you can dump those into the lime green recycle bins. And a big thanks to Garrett Brown for his Eagle Scout project and placing those here in the school. Students' breakfast and lunch now is free for the duration of the semester, so keep that in mind. Many of you that come in each morning, you pass by the kiosk down by parent drop-off, you pass by the cafeteria there and you're getting off the bus, but make sure you stop in there and get breakfast. And make sure also to go by at lunchtime and get lunch. Again, this is free, and this Pitt County Schools is providing this for you for the duration of the semester. Teachers, also make sure and point out to your students that your office hours are 3 until 4. I know that many of you are getting calls late at night. you get emails late at night to want to have urgent information to be given to them, just make sure and reiterate to them that your office hours are 3 to 4 p.m. and that you can be reached during that time. It might also be, just as a suggestion, you might also want to even set up a Zoom during that time from 3 until 4 if you have students that want to come on there and ask questions to the group itself. But again, though, phone calls or emails or even a Zoom meeting from at 3 until 4 p.m., that should be the time. You should not be having to answer calls all night long from students who have questions. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
All right. Well, let's get started on today. I'm going to grade your color description stuff soon, and I will go back and grade anything else that's been submitted lately. I do see that some people have resubmitted the project requirements or turned it in. Digital image notes, a couple people have done that, and the layers project has been submitted. A few people have not submitted the layers project, and you need to do that or you're going to get a 0. I'm just going to go on a quick little rant. I understand that last spring we didn't count grades. Guess what? We are now. So you can't just not submit things or act like it's not going to happen, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you it's going to be tough luck. You do have to submit things. If you're having issues submitting things, that's fine. We're working through that. But people who haven't turned in anything, and I mean anything, that first report card is going to be really sad when you have a 0, because that's what you're going to have. Like, I'm being dead serious. It's going to be a 0. And then you have to explain to your parents why you have a 0. And I better not get any emails that, oh, well, my student didn't know how to submit things. Well, Mr. Haddock has multiple videos at the beginning of the semester showing you, and I'm sorry I'm yelling at you two because you're the only two here. Mr. Haddock had multiple videos, and Mr. Haddock is going to post this video of him ranting about how he posted other videos on how to submit things. So just make sure you're doing that. Again, if you're having an issue submitting things, that's not an issue. That's not like, this is not anything against you. If you're just having a problem submitting something, or we're having some technical difficulties and you're trying, that's fine. I will give you to the end of the 6 weeks to keep trying. And even if you submit it late because you just couldn't figure it out and you're all online or something happened, that's fine. I will work with you. But the people who have not submitted anything, and I mean anything, or maybe one thing. Yeah, I've got some people who submitted one thing. One. It's not going to go well for you. It's just not happening. I'm sorry. I've got some 16s in my grade book here. I've got some 0s. I've got some 33s. Yeah, let's fix that. And again, if you've got a grade that's a 0 because something's turned in wrong or anything like that, that's fine. We'll fix that. But the people who've got a 0 for almost everything because they just haven't turned anything in, that's a big issue, and you probably need to get to work. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not going to jump off my soapbox now and talk about the color assignment we're doing today. I'm focusing a little bit on color, mainly because it will have a threefold purpose, kind of. As I said from the beginning of the year, we go over Adobe Photoshop, we go over Adobe Illustrator, and we go over Adobe InDesign. All 3 of those will deal with color. If I cover it now, we can speed through those a little bit faster. So there's going to be a color activity today. It's really simple. I'm going to give you the entire day to do it, just in case you're having an issue. Cool. We got some clothes. All right. We got an email about some clothes for FBLA. Awesome. Sorry, I get sidetracked very easily. But yes, please, if you are interested in getting some volunteer credit or something, I'll sign off on anything, if you bring in clothing. So that's for A and B. Obviously, if you're online and you can somehow get it to me, that's great too. Anyway, sorry, I just completely went off topic and went sidetracked. It happens though. And it happens usually when we're in class. It just feels worse now that I'm on Zoom and I feel like I'm recording myself. So just going to cut this out. No, I'm going to post it because I'm too lazy to go cut it. All right. So that's obviously a joke, but, we do have a right decent amount of people. Let's see, we got some people in the chat. And keyboard shortcuts we covered in our comment. Okay. Considering y'all answered, y'all cite this to everyone. Watson, remember, this is for everybody. Make sure y'all are paying attention right now. I have used someone else's Canvas course. So let me share right here with you. I most likely, unless I specifically tell you to do so, or I put a due date in it, that's something you also need to look at. These little videos, this is what we're going to watch tomorrow. Just don't pay attention to any of this, okay? And it's my laziness not going back. I forget, and I'm sorry. I forget to go in and delete all that mess. Don't worry about this. If I tell you to go watch the video on episode 8 on 10 handy tips, do not worry about what it says in the assignment section. Unless I put a due date on this thing, that is the only time you're going to have to turn something in with it. We are watching these videos just to understand what is in the video. There's really nothing to do with them anyway. I mean, they say write a comment, yada, yada, yada. That was a different teacher. That's not me. And I understand I need to go back and edit it, but with every other 2 billion things I'm trying to do with teaching 3 classes that are different and teaching them online and teaching the B group and the A group, I just haven't had time to go back and fix that. I fixed it on a few of them. I forget sometimes. That's my bad. But do not worry about what it says in here. Does that all make sense? Don't worry about it. Unless I tell you specifically to go do what's said in the video and turn that in, then you're fine. And you'll see there's no, if you go look at this, there's no due date on it. If there's no due date on it, that means it's not going to be in the grade book. Okay? The only things you need to worry about is if I go to modules and we can see that the color activity has a due date on it. Does that make sense? You see these only have 100 points. They say 100 points. I've changed it. See, I went back and I changed these, and it's my bad that I haven't gone back and changed those. But there's no due date. So remember, if there's a due date, it needs to be done. If there's no due date, don't worry about it. Unless, again, and all you need to be worried about, if you go to my announcements and go to where we looked at the color, today we'll go over Taste Tips video episode 7 colors. I understand maybe you thought you need to do that. Do not worry about that. Where's my chat? It's starting to irritate me. Where's the chat? And Alexia, to answer your question, all teachers will be using PowerSchool. They should be. If they're not, then that just means they're probably having some technical difficulties. So give them some time on that. Because my stuff's transferring over, but some teachers are having a hard time. I'm trying to help other teachers do that, and they're having a hard time. And it's taking them 24 hours sometimes for Canvas to upload. But we're working on it. So, again, teachers should have grades in PowerSchool. If they don't, it's one or two things. They either are having a technical difficulty or they're just not doing it. And I highly doubt anybody's just not doing it. But not saying that couldn't. Let me try to, someone's trying to put something in the chat and I can't. All right, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a second. There, it was there. Where did it go? Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. Y'all are good. And that wasn't me picking on you, Watson, because I understand it's a little confusing. But again, just everybody from here on out. If it's got a due date, you do it. If it doesn't have a due date, you probably don't need to worry about it. Besides just watching it or something like that. Okay. Thanks, Watson. It was a good question, though. All right, let me share my screen again. Okay, so let's get back to today. And see, again, you know that rant I went on earlier in the class? This is the cool thing. The people online, y'all are getting your questions answered. That's awesome. That's great. That's what we need to do. And if people are watching this YouTube video later, I'm not talking about you. The people who are not doing anything and just taking this as a free ride, you're ticking me off. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Do something. I don't ask a lot. It is an easy class. My classes are probably the simplest ones on this campus, I would say. It's a good chance these are the simplest classes. Because they're fun. I mean, I'm telling you to go edit some pictures. There's no other class you are editing pictures. So just please, guys, and I know I'm preaching to the choir because y'all are, this is the best definition to preaching to the choir because y'all are here and you're doing what you're supposed to. And most likely I'm just talking and who's not doing anything's not listening. But anyway, just please try to do your work. That's all I'm asking. Okay. But again, I think everyone who's in this meeting / who's here on campus is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Please complete the color activity in the intro to Photoshop module. So we are going to go look at that intro activity. A little easier if I can So basically what we are doing today, it shouldn't be hard, but I had some difficulties the other year when I taught this class, so I just want to make sure everyone gets it. So these are some examples. You are going to find an example of monochromatic, analogous, complementary colors, and one color design of your choosing. If you need some help with that, you can easily go back to the color description assignment we had, and you can look. Oh wait, I think I put the wrong one. There we go. You can come here and see some different types of color designs. We've got down here tetradic colors. We've got triadic colors. I didn't include those, but analogous, if we will review that really quickly, those are 3 colors that are touching on the color wheel. We've got monochromatic, which are different shades of the same color. And then we have complementary colors, which are opposites on the color wheel. So if you need to go back and look at this website, please feel free to do so. And we can go from there. Does anyone care if we go through the discussions from yesterday? I kind of would like to go over those real quick. If you don't want me to talk about what you said, that's fine. Just speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm really kind of hoping some people posted some fun stuff. Let's see. I think orange hits my personality the most because I'm just really outgoing and fun person. That's okay. That's good. Again, we got Tanner here with purple, big wise, big creative. That's great. I believe color turquoise describes me best. I like to be very creative and I like to think about decisions before making them. That's awesome. That was good. That was a better reason than big wise and big creative. Sorry, Tanner. Not throwing shots. Just in the future, Tanner's not even here. In the future, Tanner, if you're watching this later, just be a little more descriptive. I would say blue represents me the best because I am a very trustworthy person. Are you though? Yeah. Are you trustworthy? All right, Andrew Dory, I would say blue describes me the most. I find myself very calm and relaxed person. I thought he was about to say the exact same thing you did. I was like, somebody copy somebody. Brooke said, I think red describes me. Red represents excitement. I'm usually an outgoing person. Red also evokes passion as well as anger, and I think I can be a very loving person, but I also can get angry easily. Brooke's not here, so. But Brooke actually had a long. Oh, Meredith, you got a long one too. Thank you. I believe I can be represented by both the positive and negative side of the color yellow. I am full positive energy, optimism, confidence, and communication, which are all the positives of yellow. But on the other hand, yellow can also represent lack of focus, frustration, and inability to complete tasks, and I most definitely fit into these categories as well. Well, you did complete this task with flying colors. I'm here all week. Blake Hardy, I believe green describes me because green means peaceful. I believe I am a pretty relaxed person and no super hyper. I'm assuming not super hyper. That's okay. And kind of have a neutral personality most of the time. Also, green kind of refers to outdoors and the peacefulness of the outdoors, and I'm a person who loves the outdoors. Sophia, what'd you say? I was torn between black and amber, but I thought that amber fit me the best. Amber is a call to action or a reminder of happiness, but more daring than yellow. I think that my get moving energy and friendliness matches me to amber. I see that. All right, Jair, I would say green describes me best because I think of myself as a calm and relaxed person who likes to hang out. All right. Alexia, I can't even read. I think light green describes me best. Although I'm quite bright and cheerful, I can also be very introverted. Green used in a certain way can be very bright, but if paired with darker colors, it also can be very dull color. And I think this matches my personality perfectly. Alexia, I don't think you're dull, but okay. Which I know I don't think you were trying to say that. It was just funny. You had the dull thing right as you said personality. I would say red because I'm an exciting, outgoing person. Okay, cool. I think purple is what describes me as a color. I have very creative taste that is different than others. And I would imagine what would happen before I do something. Oh, okay, I get that now. I didn't get that sense before. I would have to say purple implies knowledge and skill, also relates to royalty. Okay, Hayden. All right, if that's what you think. Just kidding. Is he on too? Dang, I roast people, they're not even here, and it makes me feel bad. All right, well, that's it. Make sure you do complete that if you have not done so. Thank you for all of those who have done so. So again, if you need to go back and look at these to find one, that's fine. You can also do black and white with some color. I'll show you the example of that here in a moment for your choosing color. So let's go back over that one last time, and then I'm probably going to let y'all go. So if y'all remember a guy named Cameron Platt. I can't say his name. I always forget if it's Blatt. Yeah. Anyway, this is his project from a year ago or two, whatever it was. Oh, where's that? There we go. So this is his analogous colors, and he did a good job. He found this picture. Isn't it beautiful? It's black. Now it's white. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, there's some different shades of orange / kind of yellow in here. Or no, I'm sorry, analogous. There's some different colors that meet in the color wheel. He's got orange, yellow, and red, and those three meet on the color wheel. So, and then all he had to do was in Adobe, he added a text box. I'm going to show you how to do that here in a moment. So this is his monochromatic. And you can see it's just different shades of blue for the most part. There might be a little bit of white. That's okay. Like, it's not a big deal if, another color does get in there. But it's a good example of a painting that has a strong monochromatic theme to it. So something like that's fine for monochromatic. So these are complementary colors. The more I'm looking, is he flipping us off? I don't think he's meant to be, but it kind of looks like. Anyway, looks on my screen. It honestly looks more blue and yellow, which is complementary. Purple and yellow are complementary. There's some gray areas when it comes to complementary colors. Purple and gold go together really well, and they're complementary kind of, but also blue and yellow go well together because they're right next to each other on the color wheel and opposites. So anything in that kind of range works. And again, he just typed in here complementary colors. And it's cool. I don't honestly know even how he did that, where he changed complementary at the end. Because, I can see how he would do the one letter, but I'm sure if I looked at it, I could figure it out. But that's pretty cool. And then this was one of his choosing. He did kind of like a black and white, and he made Spider-Man in color. And you can see how to do that. What's up? Where'd it go? So we find a pre-made picture with your product. Yes, ma'am. You will find pre-made pictures. Like I said, it's an easy assignment. The main thing is going to be putting the text on there, and I'm going to show you how to do that here momentarily. So yeah, everything in the background is black and white. If you don't know this scene, it's not just a gray cloud or anything. It is black and white. And then he kind of colored in Spider-Man with the shield. So cool stuff. So let's go and open Adobe Photoshop very quickly, and I'll show you how to put text into a picture. And I'm just going to show you what you need to do while that's loading. So if I'm looking for monochromatic pictures, and don't just pick the first one you see. I wasn't typing. Chromatic pictures. Don't just pick the first picture you see. Find something that interests you. Cameron obviously did something like cartoons and stuff. He kind of had a theme running through his with Spider-Man obviously at the end, but try to do something kind of cool. And if you pick that, I'll know you're not paying attention because it's monochromatic over here, but there's color over here. I don't really want that. I want the whole picture to be monochromatic, and there's some good examples here. Again, I don't mind if there is some white in there because that's how most pictures are. Not every picture you find is going to be completely monochromatic, and that's okay. But obviously, these are good examples of highly monochromatic. And then there's some examples of things that kind of throw in some different colors. Same with this. This is monochromatic, but there is some kind of white in there. So, but that's okay. Um, like I said, you can just go find a stock image, but if you wanted to, do monochromatic pictures of football, so football. There's a pretty good example. Um, some of these aren't that great, honestly. Yeah, black and white doesn't count. Um, I'm not seeing a lot of good examples, unfortunately. That one at the top is probably about the best you can find for that instance, but something like that would be fine. And then again, you're just going to do the same thing in analogous colors. They don't all have to be on the same topic. You can find something else. But I would like you to just kind of work on images. The goal at the end of this is you're learning how to save images. You're learning how to put them into Photoshop or Pixlr. You can do it in Pixlr. And you're learning how to submit them as JPEGs. If I repeat this step with you multiple times, we've done it now with the layers project, and we've done it now with the colors project and some other things. I've realized if I keep doing this same little steps of saving pictures, putting them into Photoshop, saving them as JPEGs, it'll make it where y'all have got that skill down. And then if we can do that really quickly, that means our project's going to run 10 times as smooth because we don't have to worry about saving images, putting them as JPEGs, all that stuff. All you have to really worry about is the project itself. So that's why we're doing this. I know it seems kind of repetitive, but that's why. All right, let's pull up Photoshop real quick if I can get over here. So I'll just do it honestly on my old purple picture. This is obviously not monochromatic. Well, you know what? I'll go get a monochromatic picture. Let me. I messed up. So let me just use this one right here, and I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to save image as, and I'm going to save my pictures. But you should, if you're working at school or if you're working at home, you need to save it somewhere you can find it. But if you're working here at school for my A week when you get back, or my B week that is currently here, you need to save it to your name drive, which you can find under. If you come just to this PC, you can find your name drive and you save it there. But I'm going to save it to my pictures. Don't do as I do. Do as I tell you. Save. So now it's there. And now I'm going to do File, Open. I've got my football picture. And then right down here in this tools, you're going to find the text box tool. And we're going to eventually learn all of these tools for the most part, some better than others. But this is the text tool right here. It's this little T. I'm going to click on it. And my whole screen's going to freeze. So now I have a text box. And as you can see, there's something already typed in there. I can now backspace. And I'm going to type monochromatic. And that's all I'm doing. I would like for you to try to, work on the placement of it. Don't just, I'm going to put it right here. Done. Like, try to make it look artsy, Cameron did a good job in his example that I showed you of he put them in good places. He even changed the color of the wording. Again, I just want you to practice putting some text in here. You'll know how to do that. And then, and as you can see, again, in our layers, I want you to notice that the layer has appeared for text. There's the background layer, and then there is the text layer, which I can move around. So I'm just going to put that right there. And then once I get done, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Export, Export As. It's going to take a few seconds. Give me time. Okay. Or just ignore what I told you to do. That's cool. What the heck, Photoshop? There we go. I don't know. Second time's the charm. And once this loads in, again, you can change the quality over here. We discussed this already. And we're going to say this is JPEG, quality 100%, all that stuff. And then we're going to hit export. And it's going to give us that option of what we name it. You're going to want to name this monochromatic, which is perfect. Football, that's actually perfectly already named for us, but we got to change the name because it's already there. It'll take a second. And then if I come to my files, I can come down here to my pictures, which you would go to your name drive, and you can see that right here I have my football JPEG, just like that. When you go to Canvas, just to review one last time, one last thing, you're going to come in here and, well, let me do. Okay, cool. And if you are a student, this is how you see it. You'll go down to the colors activity. You'll hit submit assignment, and you will add 4 files. You should have monochromatic, analogous, complementary, and then one of your choosing. I don't care exactly what order, but that should be kind of how it works. You'll go find your image, and it's this one that I want. You'll choose your other 3 files, and you'll submit the assignment. Oh, I didn't know you got a little thumbs up in the thing. That's cool. All right, didn't know it did that. Don't know how that happened. Anyway, but does that all make sense? Very simple project. You should be able to do it. Gave you a review on how to submit things, how to save things in case you weren't getting it for any of the other projects we have done so far. Any questions from my people online? Speak now or forever hold your peace. We good? All right. Well, if you have any questions, make sure you can email me, or I can get back on Zoom if you ever want. Let me preference that too. If you ever want to get back on Zoom, I am perfectly fine with getting back on Zoom. So don't say, oh, Mr. Haddock gets off Zoom at 9:30 and he's done. No, I get off Zoom so I can focus on the students who are here, and you can work on the assignments on your own. But that does not mean I'm not available. If you email me or you request for me to get back on Zoom, I will be here in a split second. Does that make sense? Any questions? Any concerns? All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. We made it to Wednesday. We got 2 more days to go. Adios.